Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, teacher.
How are you today?
Good.
You seem so happy. What happened?
Just normal. Every day I'm happy.
Wow, that's a very good personality. Now, Jenny, I want you to recall what did we do yesterday? Do you still remember?
Let me see. We we study how to write about the demonstrate the chart.
Okay, demonstrate a chart, or in short, we discussed how to write a good paragraph, right? So now I want this class to be more fun than yesterday that we had, because I know today you're only one and you are very advanced student. But because you're advanced, I have a question to you. As a student, do you often read books?
Oh yes, it's my hobby.
Wow, you're happy. What kind of books do you read?
I usually read books about the psychology. I like it.
Okay, psychology. So those are like cases about behavior, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really sense for you. Do you love reading like novels, like stories? I bet they're very interesting.
It's before I usually read. It's beautiful. Read that one. But now I want to try another one.
Okay, so before you used to do it, you used to read it, but now you've level up, upgraded. Wow, but that's really important, because do you think reading is essential to human life?
Yeah, reading book can motivate you,
Mm-hmm. So,
make you more, can expand your knowledge.
yes, expand your knowledge. That's very brilliant. Next, what else? Aside from it expands your knowledge, what are the things that we consider, oh, reading is really important? So as a student, how do you value reading?
Is
So example, for instance, when you read, after reading, what will be your feeling? What would you feel?
after reading, I can, for example, when I finish a book, I can have a new feel about something, or I have more thing on my mind.
Very good. So in short, when we read, you entertain yourself also, right? So when you read, you feel good, especially if you like the book you're reading. Now in here, of course, in class, I will not give you a novel stories, but I will give you a comprehensive reading. And I know you can do it because your level is very good. Yeah, I heard you've already taken the IELTS exam and you got 7.0. Wow. So I just really wonder, you're so hardworking because you still come here for your extra class to study English, and that's very good. I hope you will continue to learn English and will not get bored. Now, before I will introduce to your topic, I have here some strips of words, and we have here the tape. All you have to do is, I will give you, oh, this is just so chicken for you, I guess. I will give you 2 minutes. So these are scrambled words. What we're going to do is, you have to form one word in each scrambled words. Now we have 5 strips of paper. If you're ready to do it, after that, go to the board, paste this paper, and write the word that you have formed. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes to do it now. Is it hard? Is it hard?
A little bit.
Wow, really? I guess it's very easy for you because I believe you all the time and your level is incredible. Now, make it fast because I just gave you 2 minutes. Okay, now the next thing you're going to do is I have here the scotch tape and you have to put it and then paste each strips on the board and then try to put the word that you have formed. Are you okay?
That's okay.
Fighting! What happened to your energy?
Maybe it
Oh, this is the scotch tape for you.
I put the
Yes,
stick it there.
yes. Each, yes. I will help you. Okay, and you have to put I'll help you and you have to put the covering words. Okay, thank you so much. You can sit down. Alright. Okay. So, these are the scrambled letters that I gave to you a while ago. But seems like you haven't answered them all. Well, it's okay. It's a nice try. So that's why we are here in the classroom for us to improve and learn. So if you get mistakes, that's still fine. Now, I will check first the first last word. We have here these scrambled letters. And unfortunately, this word is, you've always done it, but okay. Alright, so this word is temporary. Now, Jen, do you know what is temporary?
It's the immediate time.
Immediate time, very good. So when we say temporary, it means it's just not permanent. Very easy, right? Like, it's just in a short time. Okay? So, example. Can you give me a funny example using the word temporary?
Funny?
Yes. Can you give me an example, a sentence using the word temporary and make a funny sentence.
Maybe I don't have boyfriend in the temporary time.
Wow, that's very, very funny. So maybe I will just have a boyfriend in a temporary time. That's good.
Really?
Wow, and I hope so you will not have a temporary boyfriend. Well, anyway, very good. Now the next word is you have here visible. That's correct. Very good. Now, what do you mean by visible?
Oh, visible means can easy to see.
Very good. That's it. So visible to our eyes, like we can see. Okay. So if you break up your boyfriend will become invisible. You cannot see anymore. Just kidding. All right. The next word is okay. So this word is wrong, but it's okay. Are you familiar with this word? Palace. Do you know palace? What is the difference? Palace versus house. So, yes, Jen, do you have idea? Go.
A palace is in the building.
Mm-hmm.
The house we have the separate from
Okay, nice try. Or in short, a palace is bigger than a house. So when we say a palace, it could be a mansion, okay? Or let's just say in our country, each president, so your president is living in a palace. So it's a big building or a big house, okay? A mansion. Now, what the next one is we have here, you almost got it, but the correct answer is, can you please read
amenities.
again?
Amenity.
Very good. Amenities, what do you mean by the word amenities? You don't have idea? Oh, so when we say amenities, those are features that can give you convenience, that will make your life comfortable. So example, wow, you're very rich after 10 years, you have a lot of amenities. It's the same as properties. You have car, you have house. In your house, you have a golden sofa. Yeah, that's your amenity. Yeah, in your house, you have something special in there. So it's a sort of valuable things that will give you pleasure and happiness. Okay, now, no questions. Everything is clear. Now, the last word is, this is, can you please read this word?
Demolish.
Very good. Demolished. Now, do you have idea what we mean by demolished? No. Now, Chen, when we say demolished, it means to erase, to delete. Okay, example, the poor houses in the rural areas were demolished because of the government demand. Okay, so when we say demolish, meaning we have to let the things delete, erase, eradicate, or diminish. Did you get it? Okay. Now, the reason why I introduce these words, these are just 5 words that you can find in our reading later. So, but before you will read, I have to ask you, do you know the 2 types of reading skills?
According to my knowledge, maybe it is are they scanning and skimming?
Very good. So we have skimming and scanning. Wow, you are really intelligent. Now this time I have to ask you a quick question. What is the difference between skimming and scanning?
Scanning is about the more particular.
Mm-hmm.
It is by the specific from the text.
Mm-hmm.
About skimming, it is rapidly
very good definition or the difference between scanning and skimming. So you said when we say scanning, it's still reading rapidly. However, you are trying to find the specific facts, okay? From specific facts. Now, from skimming, still you are reading rapidly. However, you are finding the general idea of the text. Okay, so I hope later on I will give you a not so long passage and you have to answer only 1 to 10. But before that, I will give you first the passage. Okay. Alright. Oh. So, this will be the passage that you're going to answer. And then, I will give you 10 minutes. Now, in reading, I want you to apply skimming and scanning. And if you meet unfamiliar words, I want you to underline it, highlight it. Okay, if you think this word is important, you can ask me later. Okay? Alright, so 10 minutes starts now. Ten minutes. I will also try to find my answers. just to tell you, you have 3 minutes more to go. Are you done? Yes. Well, how do you find the reading or the passage? How do you find it? Like, is it difficult or easy?
I find it
Medium. It means so-so, average. Wow. Now, what is the topic about in this passage? Okay, so Yoruba town. Now, are you familiar of this town, or is it your first time to hear this town?
Actually, it is
First time. Now, it's really good since it's your first time. So, at the end of this class, you will go home and you will learn. It's like you explore to Nigeria, right? Since Yoruba town is found in Nigeria, so seems like we fly to Nigeria and just dream. Now, the passage is quite longer or just average. Now, how about can you tell me something like, is it, because this one is Cambridge, okay? This one is a Cambridge passage. Now, I will ask you, you have already taken the IELTS. Is IELTS reading difficult, more difficult than ESL?
I found it just one.
Just the same. Wow, you're very smart. Now, Jen, I want you to give me some of the words that you have met along in your reading. What are the words that you think important? Yes, louder please. Okay. Again, say it again. Okay. Next, can you please make your voice louder? What else? Okay, you have the rulers. Next, So, by the way, do you know what we mean by the word rulers?
I think it just concerned with the rule.
Okay, so rules or regulation, or we can also say that a ruler is like a leader. Okay, so could be a leader. All right. Next, aside from the word rulers, and that's very good. Aside from it, what else?
Mm,
Have you found the five scrambled words that we had a while ago? Have you found them? Yes. Okay. Another words. I guess there are many words in here. So the things that you have mentioned are just the words that you don't understand, but the rest of the words you understood.
almost I can familiar with that.
Okay. All right. Almost all of the words, it's familiar for you. Right? Wow. Because your level is very good. Yeah. I saw your IELTS score. Wow, it's 7.0. You're amazing. Now, without any further ado, I want to know your answers. Okay? Now, I want to know your answers. You have here, this type of reading is basically paragraph headings. So you have here paragraph A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, right? And you have here the list of paragraph headings are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So one of the choices is not the correct answer because we only have 9. Now, let's try to answer and let me know your answers too. Now, in number 1, please read.
Number 1, graphic.
Paragraph B. The answer is
My answer is historical foundation.
very good. So the answer is historical foundations. Now, that's really correct. This time, I want to ask, how did you know that the answer is historical foundations? Actually, you got it right. Very good. What is your clue there?
I saw it in the first sentence.
Very good. So what type of reading did you use while you were reading a while ago? Wow, skimming. Very good. Now, can you tell me why the answer is historical foundations? Again, you saw it in the first sentence. Would you mind to read it? Yes.
In the 15th century, Moscow.
Again, is it 15?
19th
19. Right. Oh, come on. It's okay.
century, Moscow was heavily fortified, and the foundations of these walls are sometimes visible.
All right. So, from the beginning itself, in the 19th century, most towns were heavily fortified, and the foundations of these walls are sometimes visible. So you have there that time indicator 19th century, right? So that's why the answer is historical foundations. It talks about the foundation of what? This town, the Yoruba town, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So, the whole paragraph letter B since you got it correctly, so I presume, can I ask, when you read this one, when you found the answer that it's historical foundations, you found it in the first sentence, right? Now, after that, did you mind reading the whole paragraph B?
I just rapidly read it.
Wow, rapidly read it. You really applied the two skills or two types of reading. These are scanning and skimming. That's very good. Now, do you have any question about paragraph B before we will proceed to number 2? None so far. Okay, now let's proceed to number 2. Number 2 is paragraph what?
Number 2. Proxy.
Okay, paragraph C. Now, what is the answer for paragraph C?
It's my answer. Number 9.
Okay, number 9. Can you please read number 9?
The residences of the rulers.
Very good. Wow. It's correct. Okay. Now, I want you to, since I want to hear how do you read each word, and I want to practice also your pronunciation. Can you please read paragraph C in a louder voice? Do it, Jenny.
The palaces were often very large. In the 1930s, the area of Ohio Palace covered 17
Acres.
acres and consisted of the series of
Courtyards.
courtyards
Okay.
surrounded by private and public rooms.
Okay.
After colonization, many of the palaces were completely or
Partially
partially
demolished.
Often the rulers built two-story houses of themselves using them of the palace grounds for government buildings.
Okay, very good. So while you were reading, so in this case, because when we do the reading, Jenny, we are not just practicing your comprehension, your vocabulary, we are also practicing your pronunciation. So how do you enunciate the words? And as I have observed, you can read the words, however, you have to be extra careful of letter S. Okay? Just the letter S, but the rest of the letters, I have to say that you pronounce it correctly. But of course, this is really a common, not just you, but most of the people in Vietnam, or even some nationalities, they have a hard time to say letter S. But we can practice it every day, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Are you tired of practicing?
If not improve, I do.
So you must improve so that you will not get tired. Okay. Now, you got it correctly that the answer for paragraph C is the residences of the rulers. Now, what is your keyword there in that paragraph? Because you got it correctly. What is your keyword? Okay, very good. Okay, so when we talk about residences, we are talking about the houses and the people or the community, right? So when we say residence, like this is the place where the people settle down for living. Okay, so in this paragraph C, it is very clear and vivid that it conveys about the residences of the rulers. Now, if you try to read the palaces, I will read for the second time. The palaces were often very large. In 1930s, the area of Oyo's palace covered 17 acres and consisted of a series of courtyards surrounded by private and public rooms. After colonization, many of the palaces were completely or partially demolished. Often the rulers built two-story houses for themselves using some of the palace grounds for government buildings. So it is obviously talking about how the residences of the rulers from 1930 until years passed by, right? Yeah, very good. You got it correctly again. Do you have any question for paragraph C? Do you have any question? All those words, all this vocabulary, do you know them?
No, all, not all.
Okay, can you tell me what are the vocabularies that you found it not familiar to you?
Actress.
Acres. Now, I'm not a math teacher, but I've learned this when I was still engaged myself in high school. Acres is it's a mathematical figure, or I mean mathematical measurement. Okay, like example, hectares, acres, square meters. Okay, so it's a measurement. All right. Do you understand measurement?
Measurement.
Mm-hmm. Measure. Do you understand? I will write the word measurement. Yes, right? Can you please read the word again for me?
Measurement.
Again?
Measurement.
Perfect. Now, if you have no question, I want to continue our discussion. We have number 3, paragraph D. What is your answer?
My answer is the urban divisions.
Wow, very good. I guess you're really smart. You got it all. Okay, the answer is urban divisions. Now, Jen, since you did a silent reading a while ago while you were answering the test paper, this time I really want you to try to read it loudly, okay? So that I will be able to correct some words if you mispronounce it. Go, letter D.
Letter D.
Mm-hmm.
I need to
Read the paragraph.
O.
Yes.
I.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Sure.
Okay. Wow. Are you tired? Because I heard yesterday. Because yesterday was like, I heard that you went to the shopping mall. Your friend told me. Is it true?
No, I just work with my laptop for a long time. But I not good.
So you went to coffee shop.
Actually, it's milky shop.
Oh, milk tea shop. Oh, your friend is a little bit liar. She told me, oh, we went to the mall and we were very tired because she messaged me. Wow.
Maybe she just tried to make you channel. I know
Yeah.
that you want to go.
Ah, wow. But actually, you stayed in a milk tea shop.
Yeah.
Wow. You're very... Next time, don't study very, very hard. You need to enjoy also.
I want to to see my improvements.
Wow, you are indeed a studious student. Very hardworking. Keep it up. Fighting. Okay.
I don't want to scratch all my brain.
So let's try to. I want to hear how do you read the paragraph letter D. Can you please read it? Thank you.
The town is divided into different sections. In some towns, they are regular, extending out from the center of the town like spokes on the
Wheel.
wheel, while in others, where space is limited, they are more random, and the different areas are further divided into compounds called alley.
Okay. In that word, since that is a slang word in their language in Nigeria, so you can read it aisle.
Aisle.
Yeah.
Aisle. They vary in size considerably from single dwellings to up to 30 houses. They tend to be larger in the north. Larger areas are devoted to government and administrative buildings. Newer developments such as industrial or commercial areas of apartment housing for civil servants tends to be built on the edge of the town.
Very good. See, so I can see or I can hear that some words, those words that have S, you already pronounce it. Wow. So all you have to do is really, we don't care like if we need to open our mouth and if we look like a little bit funny face, it's okay as long as you pronounce it very well. Okay, that's very good. Now, what is your keyword when we say, because your answer was actually correct, urban divisions. What is your keyword in there?
The divided.
Very good. In the first sentence, you have there the word, the town is divided. The word divided itself, of course, pertains to divisions. Okay? So, you have really a great skill because I heard if you also do the IELTS reading, since you don't have enough time to read it, so you have just to do skimming and scanning. Okay? Now, let's proceed to number 4, paragraph E. What is your answer? Can you please give me your answer and your keyword?
Paragraph E,
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's domestic arrangements.
Okay.
I saw it.
Now, the correct answer is, okay, paragraph E, that is architectural home styles. Okay? Yes. Alright. Alright. Now, since you haven't got it correctly, please go to paragraph E and I will read the keyword for you. Okay? Now, paragraph E, the keyword there is the first sentence. Okay? So, usually in the headings, if we do the skimming and scanning, most of the time we can find the keyword in the first sentence. If not in the first sentence, it might be in the last sentence. Okay? It's very not common that we can find it in the middle, usually in the first or last. Can you please read the first sentence?
Houses are rectangular and either has a courtyard.
Yes, courtyard.
In the center of all the rooms come up a central corridor.
Okay, a central corridor. So houses are rectangular and either have a courtyard in the center or the rooms come off a central corridor. And the rest of the sentences, they support about architectural home styles. Do you know from the word architect? Do you know what is architect? Okay, the people who designs houses, we call them architect.
Architect.
Yes. So, oh, an architect. But engineer, those are, what is the difference between engineer and architect?
Architect, they just design,
Mm-hmm.
and the engineer, they follow the process.
Very good. So the engineer plans, okay, and the architect just design, and then the engineer will, okay, this one, until the house will be done or a building. Okay, very good. Now, no questions for letter E.
No.
Okay, let's proceed. Two more. Fighting. Okay, are you tired?
So.
Okay, so letter F. What is the answer for letter F?
I think if the letter E is number 7.
Very good.
I will choose for the F is 6.
Okay.
Oh, no. Yeah, 4.
All right. The correct answer, it's okay. Try to put the correct answer is number 7. Domestic arrangements. Okay. Now, take a look in the paragraph F. By the way, what do you mean by domestic? What is the difference if you say domestic and then abroad?
Inside. Inside.
Okay, it's the same as when I say domestic, like local in your country. When we say abroad, it's international. You got it?
Yeah.
All right, very good. Now, give me the... Oh, since you got it wrong, please try to look at it. I will read letter F. You have there in the first sentence the same. Okay, the clue is in the first sentence. The builder or the most senior man gets a room either near the entrance or in a 2-storied house next to the balcony. Okay, so you have their domestic arrangements. So in the first sentence, you can already confirm you have their arrangements from the entrance, from the next to the balcony. Okay, do you know arrangement?
Arrangement. Yes.
Very good. Do you have any question?
No.
Okay, now let's try to have the last one, paragraph G. What was your answer? Mm-hmm.
It is
You don't know? Okay, please try to put the correct answer. The answer is I or 1. Town facilities. Okay, now for the last time, fighting, please read letter G. I guess it's just a short paragraph. Go.
amenities vary in some towns. Most of the population uses communal water taps, and only the rich have a pipes.
Piped.
Pipe water. In others, pipe water is more normal. Some areas have the toilets, but bucket toilets are common, which was being collected by nice soilmen. Access to water and electricity are key political issues.
Very good. So, all in all, this talks about town facilities. By the way, are you familiar with the word facilities? Okay.
Maybe I see it. I
Mhm.
don't know the meaning.
Okay. When we say facilities, those are the things like toilets, Like, what are your facilities that you always bring in your school? Example, your pen, okay, your notebook, your books. Those are considered as facilities, right? So in the house, what are the facilities in your house?
Not in my house. It is bed, closet.
Okay, bed, closet, and etc. Right? Now, that's the end of our reading class. I want to ask you this question. Did you learn something for today?
I can revision my skill for reading, scanning, and scanning.
Yes, very good. You have enhanced your studying and skimming skills. And aside from that, how about the vocabulary? Have you learned some vocabs?
Some vocab.
Very good. I hope you will not forget it. Now, do you have questions?
No.
Clarifications?
Qualification.
Yeah, do you want to, is it all clear? Everything is clear?
And certificate.
Satisfied, very good. Now, your homework is I want you to try to practice IPA. You know IPA? International Phonetic Alphabet. You know how to say the A, the the okay? So we will have pronunciation class tomorrow for your speaking. Thank you so much, and you may now go. Bye-bye.
Bye.